One.
Yo.
And two. We have done it.
I've seen the video
Yes, we
of
have.
Bill's house, and it is beautiful. I want to fucking make love to him in that office.
Xbox, go to
you
TV.
you can see me because I just put my voice.
I seen you for just a second before I answered.
Oh, alright.
God, you're as handsome as my dreams ever fucking made you at. Like, oh my god. I thought your chin was big just in pictures.
No, it's ridiculous.
Bruce Campbell is sending me jealous letters right now. He's like, you know this Bill Ahern kid? I'm like, yeah, I heard of him.
Bruce Campbell has nothing on my fucking
Through that. I like how you killed this guy and got owned, Sam. Right on. I'm gonna click this button.
Yeah, I went to
here.
go assassinate him and he turned around.
So why don't you go ahead and do your little chat thing while I'm killing most of these dudes? But I think that's probably gonna be the best way.
Yeah, Bill, what I was...
Fuck yeah!
What I was thinking was, you know, the show I've been wanting to do is we could here and Matt could actually have an Xbox One. He could be like the question asker.
I can give no point whatsoever.
You'll have an Xbox One when Halo 2 comes out. God damn it. Fucking
Yeah,
better.
I will. I'll have one
I
probably.
forgot what fucking Melee is. B?
Bumper. Right bumper.
Yeah, the right bumper. So Jewish. Garrett would hate you. He doesn't like Jews. He's
That's
Republican.
the last of them.
That's true. Garrett
Find
hates
the override for
Jews
the
and
black
anyone
sheep
that
so we can
disagrees
see
with
what we're
them.
up against.
Well, particularly that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have some dropships coming in here on our legendary run,
Yep.
and I think we got like 3 or 4 Singeli.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
I did this by myself. It was not exactly fun.
Yeah, elite for the uninitiated. Thank you, Bill. Color commentating for us. Hold the button now.
The good news is these covenants aren't
So,
acting like standard
like I said,
It's possible
anyway,
you just came across
because
a
I am
rogue
recording
salvage.
this is Sam from Uncle Thursday Game Reviews, joined by Matt, aka the Chronic Gamer,
Yeah.
that we're doing some fun stuff
Chronic
with.
Gaming from the Evergreen State, where it's always green.
Yep.
Bitches.
And we got Bill, aka Nerothustra, famous for Drop Shock Radio.
Flanking us.
He's my favorite internet celebrity. By far. He's the only one that talks to me. Well, no, I have another one. He's a Hollywood director, but he doesn't return my calls anymore. So, Bill, congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you.
God damn it.
No problem, Bob. Sam, I can't help but notice that you're represented by a big red X the entire time
Yeah,
I'm playing.
pretty much.
What does that... Okay, so I just died too. We're gonna need to noob combo pretty much all of these
Elites, yeah,
dudes that are
yeah.
target freaking. Oh, yeah. If you don't noob combo, I'm there.
Unfortunately, I don't have a
noob.
plasma pistol right now.
But, yeah, they've got to find one over these dead bodies. Oh, I got a grenade out here on this elite on the right side.
God damn it.
He's gonna take me out. Okay, I'm gonna run back, try to spawn you. Nope, I died. Okay. This is not gonna be a successful run. We need to stick together.
Yeah.
Where you at? Okay.
Landing craft. Flanking
Let's
us.
go right side and grab whatever's over here for plasma. I think I got one. Yep, I got
Okay.
one. Okay. Okay, I popped the shields.
I'm trying to magnum
And
it.
I killed 2 elites.
God damn it.
Or, I mean, 2 grunts. I'm dead. Fuck me.
Anyway, so while we're here, I've been trying to do a show, basically, because Bill and I both own the Xbox One.
Yeah, you talk, I'll fight.
We wanted to figure out what we liked, what we don't like, and what's really fucking ugly about this system.
They fall back into that elevator room.
Oop.
Talks with Bill while I reheal.
Well, the Xbox One clearly feels like a system that is in its fetal stages. Like I don't mean that to say that it feels like it's in beta. It's out of beta. It just feels like there's a lot of things that are missing that we've become very comfortable with the seasoned Xbox 360. At the other hand, you can clearly see there's the potential in the Xbox One that is very exciting. But here's the thing with potential. when we look at new technology and we get excited about the potential, after a year or so, we get to see what the actual implementation is, and if the implementation even comes close to what the perceived potential is, then we feel very happy with it. And so I feel like the Xbox is in this zone right now where we don't know if the potential can meet our expectations. There's a lot of failure right now, and I find that to be greatly disappointing.
I feel that with every generation of console that comes out. Like when the 360 came out, I went and picked it up launch night, and I got my T-shirt, and that was my favorite fucking thing from the night because I went home with a Cameo and Perfect Dark, and I was like, these are games, technically, but I'm not having much fun playing them. Cameo was okay, just button.
I liked Cameo,
but I think it always takes 6 to 8 months until your Oblivion comes out, or until your Call of Duty 2 comes out, or something that's gonna really sell your system.
Right.
I think it's gonna be a lot harder this time around with more games that are exclusive. You know, there's a lot more games that are exclusive as opposed to a first party. We're ready to go, Sam. Come on out here. Than there was last, or maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe I'm remembering it differently, but it seems like there was more exclusives for the 360 last time around than there are for the Xbox One now.
No, I think you're right. When I got the 360, I liked Cameo, but there was not a lot for the 360. The big thing for the 360 that carried it for a little while was that it had backwards compatibility with Halo 2, which after I got my 360, I still played the fuck out of Halo 2 for like 6 months to a year.
You and me both, man.
I was hardcore.
I think Cameo would have done better with a co-op mode, by the way. If you could run through those slings of trolls with a buddy, I think it would have been much funner.
Cameo was awesome, and lest anyone forget about Cameo, the thing about Cameo that really helped us understand we were in the next generation was hundreds of enemies on the screen at one time with no appreciable drop in frame rate. Like, it was amazing to see so many monsters on the screen at once. That was awesome.
Yeah, at the time, that was
agree.
like the big thing, was just being able to have more enemies at one time. Nowadays,
just raw processing power.
Nowadays, that's not exactly the same thing.
What was the? Let me change the subject and get away from the Xbox One because I don't have one. But what was the game on the 360 that sold you as that was your console and Microsoft was a competitor here to stay?
For me, it was Gears.
Good question. You know what? Honestly, I don't know which version it was, but whatever the Call of Duty was that came out with the Xbox was actually fucking awesome.
I
don't remember which one it was, I think. But it was amazing.
It was Call of Duty 2.
It fucking blew my mind to the point that it is 2, and I hated that game so much. I didn't get the last achievement on that thing, which was beating the game on Veteran or whatever, until like 2 years after I bought it. I finally went back. I was stuck in some fucking bullshit, something or other. And one day I was like, I got nothing else to play. I'm gonna get out of this fucking doorway. I was stuck in a doorway. This is exactly what it was. Like, checkpoint put me in a doorway where dude spawned in a bad guy closet in the house. I was like, oh god damn it. So I powered through that shit, and I fucking ended up getting out of it. And I was like, man, this was a game that it was the first game that gave me that sense of achievement. Pardon the pun for achievements, but it gave me that sense of thank fucking god I beat this, because I don't know many other people who have beaten this fucking thing. And the graphics were beautiful. That first beach landing, I don't know anyone that didn't immediately go, oh my god, this is like Private Ryan.
You did. That was the one, right? That was you had to storm the beaches of Normandy. That was the one.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was awesome.
Great games. Totally sold the technology of the new system on me. I was like, yep, this is it for me. This is the controller. Because I've never been a fan of the PS3 controller, and I assume I won't be much of a fan of the PS4. It's bigger, but to me it's those sticks. Like, I can't hold both my thumbs down towards my wrists all day long without it hurting.
I played a little bit with the PlayStation 4 controller, and I liked it. It's definitely unequivocally an improvement over the other controllers. But the thing that I dislike the most about the PS4 controller, even though this new one is really good, it's heavy, it's got some weight, is that I don't like the thumbsticks next to each other, because my thumbs bump into each other because I got big fucking ogre thumbs. And I hate that.
Even with the space between them
PS4,
now, because they did widen that.
There's well, if there's a space, that's fine. Like I said, I went to the Comcast Center here in Philadelphia, which had the demo before
Sam,
the
let me
PS4
know when
came
you're
out.
dead.
Play it. I didn't like it. I mean, it felt better, but my thumbs were still bumping into each other.
Yeah, that's a problem for me. I can't have that. I have ogre thumbs like you. Sam, make sure you let me know when you die so I can back
All right.
up, man. We don't want to redo these after.
We're just about there.
You got plasma. I'm out. You're gonna want to hit the guys with needlers, especially immediately, and then later on there'll be two dudes that pop out at the back. One has a boom shot actually that are elites.
I still feel like this is one of the more challenging levels in the game.
Yeah, I do as well. Like everything after this is kind of like, okay, I remember how to play this now. And even if you played this all day long and come back to this level, it's a rough fucking level. I think they're trying to invoke Pillar of Autumn with the close quarters, and you can get turned around easily, and there's just kind of a flood of dudes. Although I would have liked some large.
Dead.
I just missed the Brutes, honestly. I really missed the Brutes. You're dead. Okay.
I missed the Brutes. And I think that this one, and then the level where you're in the you start off with Warthog, and it's basically a big field, and you have to get to the other side of the field. It's basically a big bowl, and you have to get to the other side of the bowl, in the desert area. It's like open, if you know the section I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I do. Requiem? No, it's not Requiem. I know what you're talking about. It's like the third level or something like that.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of early on. I feel like this and that level are probably two of the most challenging levels in the game.
God damn these Needler guys.
Yeah, hold on a second. Do you have anything precision whatsoever?
I have a pistol.
Okay, switch to that. Fuck that assault rifle. And shoot for the gap on the lower left side where their hand's at. You'll hit their tip of their beak and kill them. If you can be quick enough. I'm gonna take out a couple of these guys with needles in here.
Alright, the one's dead on the left side.
Nice. I'm running up right. I got a plasma rifle elite shooting me. I plasma filtered him once. See if you can headshot him. I got him. Oh! Wow, I almost got grenaded. Nice shot.
Thank you,
Good job. Yeah, I'm out of plasma pistol, switching to the rifle. Shields popped on this back elite. I'm gonna go in for a melee. Oh! I missed him. There's another one with a boom shot though. Getting in on him so he doesn't shoot. Alright, he's dead. Got him. Holy moly, that was an intense fight. Alright, let's roll on. I've had no health since that first needle dude.
So
okay, moving on.
Alright, so like Bill and I, we've talked about this without recording it. But like there are some things we like. The Kinect controls are great for the most part.
Okay, I hear people tell me, okay, that's exactly what I say. You added for the most part. And I hear a lot of people, don't forget that right behind you to your right, there's a rack of guns where you shoot a lot of these long period people. Do you want to run over there and hit that switch? Because on a legendary, we don't both want to go over. One of us wants to wait at the thing we have to kick over here. Yeah, you go. I'll stay over here. I'll talk. So you were saying that Kinect features are great for the most part, but in my mind, I hear you, and this is all objective, of course, I don't have one, but I hear you, because I watch a lot of your Twitches, you say things 4 or 5 times. Is that good? 4 or 5 times is now good?
It depends. There are times it works first time. In fact, most of the time it works first time. A lot of it's, when it comes to
the ambience?
It can be the ambience, but I think it also has to do with what you're saying and how you're saying it.
Do you think some of it is that Xbox has it and PlayStation doesn't use it, or hasn't made anything that does that yet, where you can just Xbox turn on because I want to watch porn now?
In a way, I have found that, like, you know,
convenience, I guess, is what I'm asking. Do you think it might be convenience that sells the Kinect still? Or is it still the kid element, like you can still jump
Well, for
around?
me, it's the convenience.
I don't know. Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Do you like yours, Bill?
I'll tell you what, man. When pretty much, if I'm not playing a video game, I am controlling my Xbox almost exclusively through Kinect.
Yeah.
And I don't have to repeat myself, rarely. Although I'm also since I've been using the Google, I've been using Google now, and I'm very excited about the whole idea of voice commands. I've gotten comfortable with articulating, or rather, I should say, enunciating my words. So when it comes time to talk to my Xbox, I don't have a problem with it not understanding what I'm saying because I'm being very clear.
Okay.
And I love it.
You love it, okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. Is like I wanted a kind of definite answer. I played with the first Kinect that came out. I got Halo Anniversary and used it on that, and I used it on whatever the fuck I had at the time. Xbox Forza 3. I used it on some other bullshit. So it was just kind of like move your head and the screen moves, or say a word and it'll do it, and you still have to say it 4 or 5 times. So I'm glad to hear that you guys like the overall experience with the Kinect. Sam, come back here. You're pissing me off. Get over here. I've been standing for 4 fucking minutes.
No, I really like it.
You either need to go for this fucking objective, or you need to stand over here.
Well, I was trying to kill a bunch of guys. I did kill a bunch of guys on the side.
Yeah, well, you need to move forward, or they're just going to keep fucking lighting us up.
With the Xbox One, the Kinect is thoroughly integrated throughout. So you can basically there is a series, actually there's more than a series. There are about 24 commands you can give the Xbox contextually, depending on where you are. If it's in Netflix or YouTube or just in the dashboard, where you can completely control the Xbox without using a controller pretty much 99% of the time. And I love that.
I like that. Now, you're a guy. Do you use Hulu and you use
I
all the
use
video apps
Amazon
and
Instant Prime. God damn you.
I use Amazon Prime, I use Netflix, I use Amazon Netflix and the standard Xbox video, and it's all integrated.
Would it be good? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, it's just that you can't control the UI in the Xbox 360 with Kinect, whereas with the Xbox One you can.
Okay. So, Mike, what I was going to ask you is, I was boiling down to the point. Does the Kinect only matter if you? Okay, I'm just gonna come out with it. If you watch video through legitimate means, like if I were to pirate a movie and use my Xbox as a streaming service through my PC, will it still work with the same functionality?
I haven't tried it, but there are a series of commands that are fairly ubiquitous, and I would almost believe that you could control some videos with the Xbox One Kinect.
Yeah.
Because what Microsoft did was when they went and did Xbox Kinect for the One, rather, the Kinect for the Xbox One, they went and rebuilt it completely. The company that did the Kinect for the 360 was bought by Apple, and so Microsoft went and did their own Kinect software completely for the Xbox One.
Really?
So it's actually, it's completely different actually. When I say completely different, I just mean that it's more prevalent throughout the OS. And while I haven't tried it with like streamed videos, like I said, there's a bunch of baked-in commands like stop, play, pause, stuff like that that I would imagine would work with streaming video.
So there's like a list of normal remote commands,
Yes.
And then there's like you have it on remote, and then there's a list of app central commands that are for that app.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I kind of like that then. Okay, Sam, this time, fire at the elites first.
I was also taking out the snipers, but I don't have that fucking gun anymore.
Well, those snipers go into cover as soon as you shoot at them, so it's not bad. We can lay covering fire, but the elites will shoot no matter what. So try to take the elites out, and then we'll work on the grunts, because they shoot, and those fucking jackals really aren't that much of a problem right here. I can run up and punch them, or you can run up and punch them. But one of us needs to head towards that diamond, and the other one needs to stand right where I'm at, so that we don't waste time and have to fight a bunch of dudes in between pushing that button and kicking this thing.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed with the Kinect, part of it is enunciation for sure, like Bill said. Some of it's also tone when you do it.
Tone, yeah. Like if you're mad at it, like, fucking
No,
Xbox,
it's like if you try to tell it to turn on and you say it too fast, it won't necessarily listen to it. So you got to be like Xbox
Sam
on.
Jack. Oh.
There's another weird thing that I think that as we become more proficient in communicating with our technology, verbally and in other ways, probably looking at things and stuff like that. My fiance, she still yells at the Xbox, and actually I catch myself doing it too, and my phone as well. Like, you're trying to make sure that you're giving it as much volume as possible, but every once in a while I'll sit there and I'll just be talking to my dog, like very casually, low voice. The Xbox hears me. If you talk to the Xbox One in a normal tone of voice, like your indoor voice, it hears you very clearly. And it's almost an amazing thing, because I'm so used to being like, Xbox One, do the thing! And you don't really need to do that. It's like talking to some people who are like blind, but you're shouting at them like, I'm blind, I'm not deaf. I can hear you. And the Xbox One is a lot like that. Like, I can hear you just fine, don't shout.
Does that freak you out that you have a piece of technology in your house that listens to you nonstop like that?
It doesn't freak me out because, well, I'm a technologist, and it should work like that. That's how it should work.
Right.
It's just I think I'm more excited than freaked out, but I can understand some people who will project some kind of like, they'll anthropomorphize their Xbox. They'll like project these weird human traits onto it, like, it's listening to me for real. Well, no, it's really not. It's a machine that's programmed, and it's got a really sensitive mic. Like, my mom still screams into phones if she knows I'm on a mobile phone, because she thinks mobile phones' microphones are apparently shit.
Which is no longer the case. And when it comes to the
go push the button, Sam.
When it comes to the Xbox
go push the fucking
One,
button.
There's the launch station.
It really, for the most part, it doesn't listen to your voice unless you specifically say the word Xbox.
Really?
Right. Like, it'll hear your voice, but it won't activate a command until you say Xbox, and like, you say like Xbox Select, and
what they've done is they've tried to establish a means of making sure that the Xbox, and Google does this too with the phones, with Google Now, is that they want to make sure that the machine absolutely, without fail, understands that you're talking to it. So, and I've read this on forums with people say, once the Xbox is listening, and there's a little prompt that comes up on your screen, it lets you know that the Xbox is listening. People get irritated that they have to continually say Xbox, load friends, or actually that's not a
the only time Xbox, I've noticed that really
snap friends, is you have to sort of prompt with Xbox, and the reason is because I've actually had parties where people came over in the old Kinect with 360. We're watching a movie and people are talking, and the Xbox is jumping ahead and skipping 30 minutes into the movie because it doesn't know that people are either they're talking or they're talking to it. It doesn't know, so it's just following commands.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, good.
I like the preface, the prefacing statement. Like, in the military you have one of those. It's squadron. And the squadron Tench hut. You would fucking go to attention, So it kind of makes sense that, I don't want to say turn on and my blender turns on too. I want to say
Xbox. Establishing protocol.
Right.
The best way that this was sort of underscored was an early review for the Xbox One I read was how annoyed the reviewer was that you could say Xbox turn on. I forget which direction it was, but you could say Xbox on, and the Xbox would just turn on. But to turn the Xbox off, you had to say Xbox turn off. And the reviewer was irritated you couldn't just say Xbox off. And I'm like, but if somebody's talking and they just said, oh, and I had to turn off my phone, then you just shut off your fucking Xbox in the middle of a game. The Xbox needs to know needs context. We're not so advanced yet that our technology doesn't know we're talking to it or a friend in the room. So calm the fuck down, people. The machines aren't human beings. They don't create context out of the situation.
I was talking today to Curse, our friend Curse McGurse, and we were talking about everyone's always had that dream or that little like fantasy where it'd be cool to walk around, you enter a room and your fucking soundtrack plays, like your personal soundtrack. And I was like, I think that's achievable now with you can put an RFID tag somewhere in your body to when you walk through a certain door in your house, your sound system would play something.
Yeah.
You know, or any door, or you go to your
facial
car.
recognition.
Even that far, if you want to go fucking crazy with it and you got that kind of money, Bill, sure, you could do that.
Well, no, the Xbox. When my girlfriend, my fiance, now walks in the room, it is this. I love this about the Xbox. It sees her and it acknowledges her and says hi to her. And if I give her my controller, because we did this with Killer Instinct, I was just testing it. I knew that this was a function, but we just tested it. I was playing Killer Instinct. I gave her my controller. It automatically switched her over. Like, it associated not player 1, player 2, but Candace has this controller. Bill has this controller. And it's all through the camera. It's
the camera and the fact that on the controller and the connectors, there's infrared sensors. So it detects.
Well, the infrared is to identify the controller. The camera is to identify.
Right, but it works together. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that is awesome. So I'm not creeped out by the technology because it's not like there's a human being creeping on it. It's data being analyzed and interpreted and then behaving in a certain way. But again, I'm a programmer, so I look at things in terms of a strictly data-centric manner, and so I understand why it's not creepy. So I have to force myself to remember why normal people would get creeped out by it, when I think it's ridiculous that people would find it weird or creepy. In fact, I hate the use of the word creepy, because
also a lot of people think they have something to hide when you don't. You're just like every other neighbor you have on your street. I'm a professional mover. Like, I pack people's entire intimate lives into a box, put it on a truck, and move it across the fucking country. I will see every single thing you have. I take the batteries out of your controllers and your vibrators alike. I hide your panties that you think are cute, just alike as your socks, all in a box. I see everything you have, and I guarantee you, nobody is any different than anybody on this fucking planet. Everyone hides their dildos or thinks they hide them, so I find them and put them in a box. Everyone thinks they've cleaned under their mattress until they forget to lift their top mattress from their bottom mattress, and there's a used condom in there, or a pair of panties, or a thong that you forgot to hide because you had a one-night stand. Everyone has that shit. We gotta run back, Sam. So, like, to think that you are so fucking special that they're gonna listen in on you, or this is going back to Connect, that you actually matter to opt out of the collection data voice recognition thing that only makes it better, makes me giggle, because I always opt in for that shit. I'm like, yes, make everything better. I want everything better. I want my athletes to be on steroids. I want to get my $190 for the fucking third row seat. I want to get my money's worth. I want my Xbox to start my car in the morning, is what I'm getting at. Like, I want all my technology to be binding together. I know that I was jumping around for a bunch of different fucking topics there, but I was quite.
But it really isn't, though. I'm the same way. When my phone or my Xbox says, "Look, fair warning, this is not necessarily personally identifying information, but we're giving you information that is sort of like meta-based about your behavior and your usage, and we're trying to make it more specifically tailored to your usage." I'm like, yeah, totes. Yeah, do that. Because
I think a lot of people are like, fuck that, I don't want you to know what's in my house. It's like, dude, don't give a shit that you fucking wear goofy socks and eat pasta like a pig in front of Walking Dead. Everyone does that.
Generic eggs and generic cereal and generic milk, and that's the shit that you like, and whatever it is. Like, you behave like the standard American, and we're going to use this and aggregate this data in a way that understands how most people want to use it, how people of particular tastes want to use it. I'm all about it, and I understand. I understand. I don't condemn people for being like, whoa, well, wait a minute, why does it want to know this? But the funny thing is, I already know why it wants to know this, because it's data-centric, because it just wants to understand behavior. It doesn't want to, like, fucking spy on you and rat you out to your mom.
Here it is, Bill. It's the same exact reason there's a calendar. Man needs to get a matrix for something. He needs to know
Xbox Select.
What has passed, what has been collected, what has been done. You know, it's the same reason there's stats for baseball players, same reason there's, like I said, a calendar or a clock. If you didn't care about things passing or things being at all, you would never write them down like that.
Right.
We care. We want to collect data. We want to be able to improve life, and to do that, you gotta to know what the almanac is going to do in 10 years. You have to know what it did 10 years ago, and that's part of what Microsoft's trying to do with the voice study, or Google's trying to do with fucking anything they're mapping, or everything they're mapping, I should say.
Yeah. Well, and Google does the voice stuff too. I mean, they've even added voice search to online, like on your browser.
Right.
For like a year now, at least.
I've started using that a lot more. Hey, real quick, while we're wrapping up the Connect thing, I wanted to tell a quick story. I was listening to the Rooster Teeth guys, and they have that guy Gavin, who does the slow-mo guys as well. He was talking about he lives in a studio kind of guest house apartment where everything's in one room, and he has his Xbox Connect there, and he said this is just kind of an anecdotal thing. He was naked changing one day, and his dick crossed in front of the lens, and it goes, "Good morning, Gavin, hello." And he was like, "What the hell?" And like, he has a big nose, and apparently his dick and his nose were somewhat close to where it turned on and said hello to him when he walked past.
That's pretty funny.
And I just thought that was funny.
That's actually familiar, because a big nose still probably equals a small dick. I mean,
have you ever seen this guy? He's from Britain, dude.
I've never, no. But unless he's got like an 8-inch nose.
He has a pleasing nose, at least. If you were licking pussy, the asshole would feel violated. Let's say that.
So he's basically Steve Martin in Roxanne.
Not quite so big.
Okay.
A good reference. I love that.
Now,
movie. Okay, you guys talk among yourselves. Let's get the second one started. I'm gonna pee.
the only thing that I've had to do with my Connect really is with the facial recognition.
She can fix
Because my brother and I are so close together in facial appearance, I could be playing by myself, and if I left his set to auto detect, it would suddenly log him in because it thought that I was him as well.
Doesn't look like the Covenant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that it's an imperfect science, you know, but I'm sure they're working on it. And that is, you know, to Matt's point, that is exactly what we're talking about, is that we allow the data of our own personal usage to be uploaded and parsed and understood by like Google and Microsoft and Apple algorithms, so that in the future they can better make technology that understands the difference between, you know, you and your brother, and what are the different nuances in facial features. You know what I mean? Like, people know, like, oh, you know, on the one hand they'll say, oh, it's creepy, I'm being spied on, the NSA is my Connect, and on the other hand they go, oh, the Connect sucks because I can't tell the difference between me and my brother.
Right.
You know? So they'll want to limit the ability for its heuristic learning capabilities, but then they'll condemn it for the same learning potential.
Right, and it's also funny that you mention it, because with stuff like Facebook and Twitter, people upload stuff that's going on in their lives all the time and don't think twice about it, and that's probably way more revealing than anything the Connect will ever pick up.
That hypocritism gets me so much, dude. They'll send pictures of their kids in the bathtub out onto Facebook, but they're scared to say Xbox turn on. Is amazing to me.
It is amazing, and it's ridiculous. I remember a few years ago, this was probably like 3 years ago, when people would say that they're out at this restaurant or that restaurant. It's when Twitter and Facebook were becoming really big as social networks, or just social networks in general. And there was, I forget the name of the site, but it was something to the effect of, it would track people when they weren't home, and it would be like, the name of the site was like, I'm not home right now or something. I can't remember. That's not it, but, and I remember thinking like, that's
Thieves are us. Yeah.
What's up?
Thieves are us is basically what you're saying. Like, we're not home to rob us. Yeah.
And then
That's
people
the same
if people checked in at some restaurant not near their house, you could go, oh, you're not home, and thieves can break into your house. And I remember, it's funny because every time I twittered at that point, I would say, I'm not home right now. Feel free to try and break into my fucking house. Now, granted, I at the time had an apartment in the city with like second floor. You're not breaking into my fucking apartment. It was like 3 doors you had to break in through. Wasn't happening. But I still think it's that same unwarranted paranoia.
Welcome home, chest dog.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it really gets like that. And you know, like we were saying, in a lot of cases, you have to say the word Xbox for it to even start listening. Now, once it's in,
I got
a lag.
By the way, as a mild sidebar to the conversation about having to specifically mention Xbox before your command, have you seen the new series? There's a bunch of trolls, and they're not the like shitty trolls. They're actually like clever, funny trolls on YouTube who have named themselves like Xbox. I can't remember. They're like Xbox turn on, Xbox shutdown, or Xbox
or sign out, or turn off. Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever. They'll name themselves after command, and then apparently when people get so pissed off, and I've seen this, they'll like say your name. People are so stupid, it never occurs to them to be like Xbox. And then what people have now been doing is they would say Xbox Bing was the new one, and then the Bing thing would pop up on the sidebar in the UI. Hilarious, and it's funny, and they'll record people getting like flipping out because the Xbox is doing all this shit by voice command that they don't want it to. I think it's hysterical.
One of the guys I just added to my friends list, he was really good on Battlefield, and we were playing, and his is console turn off.
That's funny. All right, Sam, I got a little strategy to talk real quick before we get back into the topics at hand. I'm going to blow out here, and I'm going to blow straight through two pieces of raised cliff. One is going to be on the left, one's going to be on the right. There's going to be 4 or 5 guys in front of us. I'm going to run over most of those, gun them as we go, and then just try to focus on the elite that's back in the back corner behind the shade turret, okay?
Yeah, this is what I was referring to earlier. This bowl that opens up, this open arena, is, I think, the second, one of the more challenging levels of the game.
Yeah, you can get through it in about three or 4 minutes if you're following the pattern right. Like, you can run over here, you can hide over here, and if you have enough guys, you do it with one guy. I've seen a speedrun where one guy comes in here and kills this elite. That elite is the key to the fucking story. You kill that guy, pretty much jump up and over and drive through the rest of the level, but if you don't kill him immediately, you get a lot of shit hitting you for some reason. I don't know why. It must be some kind of checkpoints tied to him. No, dude.
I'm looking for him. The problem is I can't fucking see him.
Okay, I'll move you closer. Speak up. I got you, buddy.
Dead.
Oh, you're dead. Yep. I'll back us up. We're gonna have to redo. They locked me up.
That's weird. I'm like way behind on the video feed for Twitch.
Yeah, well, there's like a 3 or 4 second delay between what my Elgato sees, and then it's got to send it to Twitch.
Yeah, but like, Sam, you haven't even died yet.
What's your resolution? Are you capturing in full 1080?
Nah, well, while I'm streaming, it's maxed out to 720.
Yeah, I bet you if it was lower, it would get more.
You see, but that doesn't affect what shows up on my screen. No.
So the Elgato is putting our voices out at the right time? Oh, okay. So it's just the Skype that's coming out ahead.
God damn it.
I made a mistake.
Sam just died for the first time.
Yeah, we both just blew up on a car.
Yeah.
That's how it was earlier.
That's what I see, so alright, maybe I'm on point.